Welcome to the GloveBox Showcase. We're co-hosting with Quinn Street, and we have Austin Hugh here, who is representing QRP. They have an amazing product. I'm a prior agency owner. We had 100 million in personal lines. Quoting was a nightmare. Everybody talks about quote to bind, and QRP has built something really cool. So excited to kind of showcase that and how it works within the GloveBox experience. So. Um, Nick Ayers, who's with us here today, has done an amazing job with his marketing, but he has named this product showcase the Invisible Agent. Nick, I just maybe 30 seconds of why you named it that and what we can expect today.
Yeah, and we'll dive into it a little bit more thoroughly as we get into the showcase here. But we've been sort of enamored with this report that JD Power came out for 2025, and it lists, a lot of different trends that are happening in the retail insurance space. And what we're seeing, what the report states, and I'm sure we can link this down below. We've done this numerous times, but if you're curious, we'll put this down below. Is that 40% of shopping in 2025 is happening on digital channels, meaning insureds have a policy with an agent for this, that, or the other reason, unable to access or sort of connect in the way that maybe they want to or that is easy for them. So rather than jump through every hoop and barrier to get to an agency that they may not even remember, they're simply just finding the easiest path for them. And so this has really caused the traditional retail agent to become less and less visible to their customer, their current customer, and to prospects, and people who should be their customers. And so the invisible agent is sort of an avatar for is sort of becoming the trend for the retail independent agent, and we don't champion that. We don't believe that that is the best thing for the market, the best thing for the consumer. We believe in empowering the retail independent agent, and so we believe that unlike in the past where tech was not possible, it did not make that possible. Tech is now making that possible. It's making it more and more possible. And so our job today is to give you the tools in order to make that work.
Love it, love it. With that kind of kickoff, let's get started because we have a jam-packed session. We have 25 minutes. We're going to be respectful of time. So let's talk about the quick agenda. 47% of your potential customers can't see you, and we're going to talk about why. And like Nick said, we're going to reference this JD Power article quite often throughout this next 25 minutes. And Nick is going to link it below. It's a pretty wild article if you have not seen it. It came out in May, and it really paints an interesting picture of probably what we already knew. But it's really I would say, the first piece of kind of retrospective evidence of what's happened over the past 12 months in our space. So it's really interesting. Next, we're going to look at the actual impact to your business over the past 12 months. After that, we're going to jump into the three invisible agents. And I love this little section that we've created. I think you're going to like it. We're going to talk about the solution. We're going to talk about the vision. We're going to talk about next steps in your digital journey. And then we're going to hopefully leave a couple minutes for a live Q&A where I can shut up and you guys can have the stage. So let's jump in. And Austin, if you have anything that you want to say, just shout it out, man. So,
yeah,
perfect. This is kind of the headline of the JD Power article. 57% of the US auto insurance market actively shop their auto insurance in the past 12 months. 57%. Over half of Americans that have auto insurance shop their insurance over the past 12 months. That's according to JD Power. 47% of these shoppers chose to quote and bind through digital channels. Almost half went with digital. Not because they're not looking for you, and by you, I mean your agency. It doesn't mean they're not looking for you. It doesn't mean they don't need your services, right? It doesn't mean that agents aren't useful to their consumers, right? That's not what it means. It's because you're not available to them when they're shopping, right? We're not there at the point in time to when they have the need and they want to solve it quick. We're all consumers. And take off your agency owner hat or your leadership hat and put on your consumer hat for a second. When you need to solve something, you're looking to solve it quick. You want a fast, you want an efficient experience that solves the pain, right? Nobody wants to sit on hold for an hour. Nobody wants to wait 5 days to see if it's going to be good, bad, or otherwise. So again, It's because you're not available to them when they're shopping. It's also because you don't currently cater to half the American insurance population. And this is only going to grow, right? And we're going to talk about some of the naysayers that say, well, those are not my types of clients. We don't want to work with those types of people. That mentality is going to run out because this is going to be most of the consumers, right? And it's only a matter of time before this hits every single segment of an agency. Again, I was a large agency owner, so I know, right? I know what you tell yourself. Oh, it'll never hit this segment. Oh, we don't need to work with those clients. Our clients love us, right? Nick has a whole segment of this. It's called The Lies We Tell Ourselves, right? We know for a fact technology is happening and it's time to adapt. It's time to cater to the market, and the market is speaking. So, moving ahead, that 47% that went digital, a lot of those customers were IA customers. The fact of the matter is, over the past 12 months, customers left the IA channel in favor of digital. That is facts. Some interesting tidbits from the article. So, across both shopping and servicing functions, delivering a seamless digital experience is a win-win for insurers. That's not rocket science. Again, this is ease of doing business. Customers expect that. Customers have shown that they want to interact digitally, and when insurers deliver a good experience, they tend to stay on the digital channel, which delivers a better all-around experience at a lower administration cost for the insurer. Again, that's from JD Power. Here's the facts. 92% of consumers that switched to digital said they definitely will use digital in the future. 92% were satisfied with the digital experience they had and said they will not go back, assuming it stays up to par. What that means is the traditional IA channel distributors now have an uphill battle to win these customers back. How are we going to pull these customers back to the IA channel if we don't compete digitally? That is the new battleground. To me, that's kind of the most telling thing of all this entire story. These customers are leaving. How do we get them back? And how do we stop them from leaving? It's meeting them where they want to be, right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Nick, Austin, any thoughts? Anything I missed on this?
No, I think that's pretty straightforward.
Perfect. Look at how frustrated these people are. This is how I feel sometimes. All right, let's talk about the three invisible agents. And, this is just three. We probably could have selected dozens, Nick, if I'm not mistaken. There's so many different stories and things, scenarios that agency owners maybe tell themselves, the philosophies that they've kind of injected into their team and their culture. We picked three.
Three is a
Let's
powerful
talk.
number. Yeah,
Three is it's the power of three. First one, the reshopping black hole. This has obviously been a huge, huge pain point with agencies over the past 12 months. Rates have been crazy. Underwriting is crazy. People are shopping because they're dissatisfied with their rates. Let's be real. That's the problem. And agents are feeling the stress of this. Agents are drowning in reshops. That's facts. We hear it every single day. We meet with 20 agencies a week. That is the one of the main pain points. Let me paint the scenario for you. Team members scramble to take care of customers and the I want it now expectations, right? That's the reality of where consumers are at right now. They want immediate results. My rate went up by 70%. When am I going to get results from you on whether you can make it better, right? There's nothing you can do about that expectation. That's how customers are being trained these days. These impatient policyholders hit digital channels to find a better deal on their own. So while your staff has a pile of 30 reshops over the next 2 weeks, your customers aren't waiting. They're hitting digital channels to go shop on their own. That's what's happening. By the time your staff can deliver options, the customer is already lost to a digital competitor. They made a decision a week ago, right? That revenue is out the back door and almost impossible to get back. That customer's gone. Doesn't matter if your rate was better. That customer solved their problem faster. I'm sure everybody can relate to this because I remember having it at our agency. And again, with how many reshops are happening right now, this scenario is kind of front and center. Our next one, this is the commercial hardhead. Right? We talk to these every single day. The commercial hardhead. Agents that treat their clients like commercial consumers, not insurance consumers. So they say, hey, we only offer this, and that is it. Look, I'm all for niching up, right? And having niches. The riches are in the niches, right? That doesn't mean that you have to treat your customers like that. Because at the end of the day, they're not just commercial customers, they're insurance customers. So let's paint the picture here. The commercial hardhead, they only offer their customers commercial coverage, which leaves the client to find other distributors for their personal lines needs. Hey, I got to go somewhere else. You guys don't do personal lines. Got to go elsewhere. The justification for the commercial hardhead is our agency just doesn't have the capacity to sell and service personal lines. Fair, right? In the past, that was probably viable. Today, not so much, because now there's technology to help. Client goes out to market. Hey, I got to go find personal lines, right? Finding a comprehensive agent who can handle the whole portfolio. They say, hey, we can handle the personal lines and the commercial, right? Because they're comprehensive for the customer. This agent now loses the commercial account to this well-rounded agent, right? Because their client went out to market. And again, the revenue is out the back door. It's almost impossible to get back. All because we didn't look at what was out there, what was available to help cater to these insurance consumers, not commercial consumers, right? That is the commercial hardhead, and this AI generated photo is incredible. So thought it fit really well. I can feel the emotion of this. All right, third one. Oh yeah, this is the status quo driver. And I know Adam's on this call. He loves this one. Loves this one. Who knows this guy? I do. There he is. I know this guy. I've met this guy. This one takes a lot of shapes and sizes. This is the agency leader that's resistant to change. This is the way we've always done it, they say. They pound their fist on the desk, right? I don't want new ideas. I'm not open to it. We've been successful up to this point. Why change now, right? This is agency leadership that believes in one way only, the traditional way of doing business with 100% phone and email interactions. They're happy to put their foot down and say, we don't want the customers that operate that way. I hear this all the time. We don't want those customers, right? They're price shoppers. They just want cheap. That's not the case. They're looking for convenience, not cheap. They're looking for convenience. More and more of the existing book becomes dissatisfied with this approach and how they're served, right? They hate waiting on hold for 30 minutes. They hate getting into your phone tree. They hate going on your website and submitting a form that for an ID card and waiting 3 weeks. They're dissatisfied, right? They can't cross-sell. They can't reshop. All of these touch points that they expect to handle digitally, they can't because of this agency owner's mentality. Now they go out to market. They shop their policies with a more digitally friendly distributor, and it becomes a simple decision for them. This is what I've been missing, right? This is what I expect. These are my non-negotiables as a customer. And my old agency is not meeting my non-negotiables. This one is. This is a very easy decision for me. And just like the other two, the revenue is out the back door and it's impossible to get back, right? Again, these are only 3 examples of what we see and we hear every single day from agencies. Nick, Austin, anything to share on that? Did I miss anything?
You're hitting the nail on the head.
Yeah, I think just to tell you, we I don't want to take time. I know we're pressed,
Yeah.
but no, this I think 3 is kind of it encapsulates a lot.
Yeah, for sure. And everybody knows this guy. Everybody knows one of these.
He might work at your agency.
He might.
It's possible.
Yeah. We won't name names today. All right. Let's go to the solution and why we're hosting this and why we wanted to partner with QRP, why we see this as the future in solving these problems, how we cater to this part of the market, how we cater to this part of your book of business. So GloveBox and QRP have partnered to provide your agency the industry's most dynamic digital sales and service technology available, period. There's nothing like it on the market. You will not find it. When I met QRP and saw what Austin had, I was enamored because I was like, the timing couldn't be better with what we're releasing with our embedded marketplace. How amazing. From the GloveBox side of the house, and again, we're not doing a product demo today. We're going to show you a little bit of these workflows. We'll talk about next steps here in a minute. GloveBox drives and keeps your prospects and customers in your digital ecosystem. Over 80% of your clients can't even name the name of your agency when you ask them. So how are they going to get into your ecosystem to operate? GloveBox provides you the technology pieces so that your clients know your name right away. They have access to your agency and they can digitally shop, reshop, cross-sell whenever they want, right in platform. And that's where QRP comes in. So QRP is the most advanced quote to bind rater that we've seen on the market. And Austin, I don't want to speak for you. Maybe you want to introduce it. You'll do a better job than I do.
Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that. Yeah, super excited. Equally enamored in what you guys are doing on the customer servicing and retention piece. From owning my own agency as well, I can't tell you how much of a struggle it was dealing with customer servicing, all those reshops, and since joining the tech side here with Quinn Street and what we're doing on the rating platform side, I was blown away when I first came across the product. Not only does Quinn Street provide the largest panel of available carrier options for folks looking to shop their insurance policy, but also gives the ability for those shoppers to bind directly through the technology. And really excited about this partnership, how we can plug in here and provide that online bind experience through the GloveBox embedded shopping journey.
Yeah, and we're going to jump into it a little bit more to kind of tie a bow on this slide. So this experience represents the IA channel's first true hybrid offering. It brings together digital enablement while empowering the agent touch. One of the main reasons why we're so excited about the QRP partnership is they're not 100% quote to bind digital has to operate that way. The client can select to talk to an agent as well. And that's the beauty of it, right? We're in an age where clients come in all forms, shapes, and sizes. They want to operate in different ways. They want to start their quote, but then talk to somebody. They want to get all the way through because they feel confident. That matches how GloveBox operates. We want to digitize things as far as the client wants to go to get them off your plate, right? And satisfy how they like to operate, but also not lose the agency human touch in the process, which we fully respect as paramount to the client experience. Things like claims, again, getting kind of advice on reshops. There is absolutely places to where that human touch is necessary. And so both of our systems really, I think, cater to that well. Let's kind of jump into just a quick workflow, and I'll kind of show you two sides of the house. So first of all, I'm going to show you our mobile app. Awesome. So now inside of the mobile apps, we have our brand new feature, which is called the embedded marketplace. It was always my dream to build this as an agency owner. We sucked at cross-selling. We were terrible at it. We were bad at getting referrals. We were bad at speed to lead. We had no way to get in front of these people and make sure, hey, when you want to shop for insurance, this is where you go 100% of the time. It was always my dream to leverage digital service to create this experience. And so GloveBox has built out the entire digital service experience. We're 100% integrated with all of the major AMS systems. We do everything from auto ID cards to documents to direct bill pay and claims to over 2,000 carriers and endorsements and everything under the sun. Now adding the shopping piece is a whole new element to this experience. Now, the cool thing with the way the QRP fits in is they're embeddable within any platform or website. So now what we're able to do is take all of these amazing rating tools that QRP builds for their agencies, and we can embed them right in product. So now the client has a seamless experience right in the platform to start their quoting journey, right in the product, which is a beautiful thing. My internet is slow, so it's still loading. Actually, let me refresh. Try that one more time. Pop insurance. Is that like your guys' demo environment, Austin?
It is.
There we go. Cool. So now the client can go through and start their quoting journey right in platform. And this is all customizable. I don't want to give the sales pitch for QRP, but all of these are completely customizable based on how your agency operates. Client goes through the questions, and then they get bindable rates right in platform. And again, it's never left your experience. It's right inside of your mobile apps, which is beautiful. All of the branding is identical. It's seamless across the board. And you guys can update it whenever you want. So if you guys have specific customer bases that you want specific quoting experiences for, we can build all that out in conjunction with QRP. So we can make it extremely customized based on the type of clientele that you're driving into each one of your platforms. So it makes it really nice. On the flip side, we also have I'm going to pop back over here. We also have the full client portal experience. And we call this the Starbucks effect. So now this is on your website. This is your client login. Why we call it the Starbucks effect is because it's identical to your mobile apps. All of the feature sets are identical. All of your digital customer servicing, all of the workflows are available right on the web. Doesn't matter what device, could be desktop, laptop, tablet, or cell. And again, you've got that digital marketplace piece right inside the platform. Now, one other thing you'll notice is right now, I'll go to my policies. For personal lines, I have homeowners and umbrella. We've built an algorithm within our marketplace where we're going to make recommendations of the next types of policies that we recommend for the customer. This client doesn't have auto. So that is the very first recommendation that we're pushing over to them and making it front and center for them. Again, they select the auto and it brings them right inside the quoting experience for QRP. So again, it's all seamless, whether they're on the web, the mobile apps. It's amazing. Last thing I'll show you, GloveBox white labels your entire experience. So the mobile apps are 100% yours. They're in your brand. You tell the clients, scan this QR code or go find us on the app stores. It's very easy for them to find. It's 100% your brand. We simply operate all of the tech behind the scenes, even down to the client portal is fully on your domain. And again, 100% branded to you. There is no mention of GloveBox whatsoever. So we power this entire experience, but it is 100% yours, which is amazing. Nick, did I miss anything?
No, again, I think for people who are maybe trying to connect the building blocks in their mind and trying to see how this works, again, this is why we talked about the three types of agencies. If you're a commercial agency and you're thinking, I don't want to have to go hire producers to do personal lines, I'm just going to stick with middle market commercial or large commercial, this is a great solution for that, right? This gives you all the things that you need with very minimal lift. Same goes true for the people who are, 10,000 clients deep and they've got to reshop and cannibalize their book every single month, every single year. Perfect solution for that. You don't want to go pay a producer or a CSR to have to reshop and cannibalize business for you. Another great solution, a great way to utilize tech that already exists to sort of meet the need.
Awesome. So to kind of round this out, let's look at the three invisible agents again, right? With GloveBox and QRP. So now adding our capabilities into your process. And what does this look like now? The reshopping genius. Look at this. This is Nick when one of his ads goes really well. This is the reshopping genius. Agents are delivering reshops like never before. Customers are empowered to reshop their existing policies directly on the platform they already manage their insurance. We're not sending them a different link. We're not driving them to a random experience. They already have your app downloaded on their phone because they're already a customer. They can easily go to your website and log into their experience and start the process. So again, they already know, like, and trust you. Let's incubate that. Dazzled policyholders buying their selections in minutes, receiving unprecedented ease of doing business. They don't need to go anywhere else. They don't need to go find another digital distributor. You're catering to their needs. Clients rave about your agency, consistently referring friends and family through your technology. We didn't talk about that today because we're not going through all the features. One of our number one features is current client referrals. We make it super easy, right? When clients are excited and happy with their experience, they refer you out, and we make it simple. Revenue skyrockets, team member morale is through the roof, and customer satisfaction is higher than ever. Next one, the commercial whiz. She looks happy. Commercial customers are digitally cross-sold, meeting all of their insurance needs. So as Nick mentioned, policyholders are delighted by your premium client experience technology to manage their commercial policies. Step one. While in your mobile app, They discover the ability to quote their personal lines policies. Amazing. Clients are delivered bindable quotes in minutes and are able to complete the new insurance purchase. Wow. Free revenue. For those of you that like golf, you're back on the golf course, which is amazing. Let's not deny it. Agents love golf. Policyholders now have all of their insurance with your agency, driving significant boosts in client retention and policy in force counts. Again, revenue skyrockets, team member morale is through the roof, and customer satisfaction is higher than ever. Number 3, the status quo destroyer, right? Agency leader that drives innovation and cultivates a customer-friendly, customer-first mentality, right? Our customers are first, not us. It's not what we believe, it's what they want. Agency leadership establishing a culture of meeting customers where they want to be, whether it be digital or traditional channels, because that's the world we live in. This person is hungry for innovations that enable their agency teams to operate more efficiently while attracting savvy professionals to the agency. It is impossible to attract young talent to your agency if you don't add tech to the fold. Existing customers are incredibly impressed by the versatility of client servicing. That drives retention, cross-sells, and referrals. And again, revenue skyrockets, team member morale is through the roof, and customer satisfaction is higher than ever. Dang, I want to work here. I definitely want to work here. All right, let's sum this all up. The future for agents is finally here. These are the 6 core pieces that we focus on here at GloveBox. And again, with the help of QRP. Digital servicing, digital quoting, digital cross-sells, digital referrals, digital retention, and digital branding. All 6 of these pieces work cohesively as a single unit to drive success across the board. And that's the ecosystem that we've built. Next steps in your digital journey. Now is the time to act before your competitors discover this rocket ship. Good news for you. You made the first step in coming to this product showcase today. You're the first ones to see this partnership. GloveBox customers, schedule time with the QRP team today. We absolutely recommend it. Unlock this incredible piece of quoting technology. Austin is ready, willing, and able to show you the platform, how it works. I know they are stacked up, so I would not wait because, yeah, they're busy. QRP customers, book a time with the GloveBox team now to establish your agency's core customer experience technology. You got to have the house. We are the pieces. We've built the pieces to be able to host QRP and everything else. Not a customer of either. Do you not work with us yet? Now is the time. Both teams are running a wait list into Q1 of 2026. That's just facts. And so if you're looking at your budgets, which you are right now, and you're looking at that service budget and it's 100% human beings and no technology, I would absolutely take a look. And then how are we thinking about our cross-selling, our new customer referrals, and again, those reshops? I'll open it up for a little bit of Q&A. And Nick, I don't know if you want to run that one.
Yeah. So just to maybe recap, maybe Austin, I'll throw this in your sort of, I'll throw this at you, summarize. I think there's some concepts here that maybe we want to just really simplify it and say, QRP's product essentially is a quote to bind comparative rater that independent agents can use to give to the customers. Customers can see quotes. They could either talk to an agent if they have more questions, or they can actually bind a policy for auto and home, and the agents get commission. And it shows up in AMS. It shows up in their their client experience platform like GloveBox. It's one experience. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. From a product standpoint, is there anything that maybe you want to add or supplement to kind of how we explained it or how we talked about it? Is there anything that you want to maybe add about the product?
Yeah, I'd like to build off of, this push to digitalize and meet the consumers, your customers and your prospects where they're at. It's so important to give them that optionality, as things become increasingly digitalized, giving them the ability to go in and shop themselves without burning up producer time, without burning up CSR time on the reshops, super important. In terms of the product, you're right. It is a comparative rating solution. That's not the origin of Quinn Street. We come from the performance marketing side, publicly traded, and we have a huge portion of our business that is strictly dedicated to top of the funnel retention, acquisition around customers in the insurance vertical. Um, for personal lines, we'll be the most encompassing rating solution in terms of broadness of carrier panel. We work with about 250 different carriers. And then in terms of the online bind, right? You're meeting them at where the consumer shopping. You want to be able to provide the rates, they get the shopping experience. And if they're comfortable going through and purchasing that policy, binding themselves, they know exactly what they want. Um, we offer that ability with about 10 leading national carriers in the home, auto, condo, and renters uh, lines of business.
Perfect. So maybe I'll hit you. There's some questions here in the Q&A, so maybe I'll just hit you with some rapid fire here so we
Let's
can
do
do
it.
this and we can adhere to time. Um, do you have a list? This might answer a few of the questions. Do you have a list on the website that talks about the carriers that are integrated in your system?
So we don't have a list available to the public. I'm happy to provide that, but we do need to get an NDA in place before I can share that out.
Gotcha. So if somebody wants to
It's
take
that
that
exclusive. It is that exclusive. I love it.
So if somebody wants to take that next step, do you want to put here maybe in the chat where they can take that next step?
Yeah, 100%. I'll drop in our website as well as my email address. If you guys have any follow-up questions specific to QRP and what we're doing with this rating platform, I'm happy to get you all the information you need.
Perfect. And while you're doing that, Ryan, I'll shoot this one over to you for rapid fire.
Yep.
On your average agency on GloveBox,
Mhm.
what percentage of the clients are utilizing the app or the
God,
self-service platform?
I love this question. It is 100% based on the agency and if they follow our directions. We
So
have
if the
some agencies.
yeah,
Go ahead.
if the agency is following the directions to a T, what could we safely
Yeah.
project?
We have some agencies that have 80, 90% client adoptions. If you follow our directions and use it properly. Yep. So that is the key, right? We give you the tools and the technology and the ability to be able to leverage it and maximize it. As long as you can follow those directions and follow the blueprint, it's highly successful.
Yep. Uh, uh, Austin, would this work for, I mean, I could probably answer this but would this work with a captive agency?
Um, there is a few instances where we can put something together, but typically it's through that independent channel.
Yep.
So if there's an independent associated with the captive, we have put some stuff together, but uh,
Perfect.
yeah.
Andrew wants to know, is this live in GloveBox? So the embedded marketplace, Andrew, is live. That works. The embedded marketplace is simply the house that you put whatever furniture you want into it. So GloveBox is the house, QRP is the furniture. So if you want to offer quote to bind on personal lines and QRP's solution matches what you need, you move the couch in, it fits in GloveBox seamlessly. This works for
Yeah,
any
no,
customer-facing tech.
we've got personal lines out right now. Commercial is going to be out in 3 weeks. We'll have three segments of commercial. It'll be small business, middle market, and large. But to Nick's point, QRP is an amazing product for personal lines, home and auto. Let's say you want to quote to bind for pet insurance. You can go get your own pet insurance partner, put them in the embedded marketplace. So it's an extremely dynamic experience based on how you want to set it up.
Yeah, GloveBox is just the house, and your other customer-facing tech is the furniture. It just GloveBox flattens it all instead of fragmenting it all and puts it into one experience. For QRP, how is your? I guess this might be another question if Austin, if they need to speak with you directly. I know states like Florida can be interesting.
Yeah.
Are there solutions for Florida?
Yep. We work in Florida. I'm out in California, so very familiar with the joys of comparative rating in difficult to write states like Florida, California, and others. So yes, we do work in Florida.
Fantastic. That is all the questions that I see live in the Q&A. So with that being said, maybe we'll give this an additional 10 seconds. If anybody else wants to do that, I'm going to speak just to create that filler segment so it's not quiet. And but to Ryan's point, if you are you're looking at this and you're a GloveBox customer and you're saying, tell me more about QRP, Austin has put his information in the chat. Go schedule an appointment or a time with him to go talk about it, figure out what the roadmap looks like. If you're a QRP customer or you're not a customer of either, and you want to take a look at GloveBox, then we would encourage you to go to our website and schedule a demo. Make it very simple. We'll run through it and just see if GloveBox is the right fit for you. If it's not, we'll be the first to tell you. Don't worry about it. And but we want to make sure that you have all the answers that you need, and we'll go from there. So Ryan, any parting words?
No, I would say don't be that agency owner, right? It's not the way it's always been done. That's not what gets the job done.
Yeah.
So at least explore what's available and understand there are tools out there that can really unlock this revenue going into 2026. And otherwise, I appreciate everybody showing up. This has been great.
Awesome. Thank you guys. The recording will be
Thank
out within the next day or two. So thank you guys so much for showing up. If you have any questions for either of us, let us know, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.